Yeah.
Hi, this is Anna Gale, and I'm with my friend Matthew,
Hi.
and we're going to do this God is our refuge. This is the first Bible verse painting. So I want you to open the box and see everything that you get.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Ooh. These are always fun. It's a deviled egg holder.
No, it's that's like a quail egg.
I don't know. Well, deviled egg, yeah. Poached egg. I don't know. Alright.
It's a painter's palette.
Okay.
And
And
two
then
paintbrushes.
2 paintbrushes. Ooh, and lots of colors.
Yeah.
Did you wrap each of these?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is very nicely done. I like it.
Thank you. Now listen, when we're done, you need to take all this stuff with you. I have a really bad habit of accidentally stealing people's paint, so don't let me
I know,
do
I'm
that.
taking all this.
Yeah.
Yes. This is my box.
Yes. So you've got 12 paint colors. Do you want to go through and lay them out and say the colors?
Oh, okay, so I have to speak more. Ooh, crimson red.
Mm-hmm.
Roll Tide. Let me see. Burnt sienna.
Yes.
Lemon yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Vermilion. That sounds like a bad guy's name.
I'm going to give you a water to drink. Do you want to be an owl or a unicorn?
I want to be a unicorn. Yes. I mean.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. Ultramarine blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not regular, it's ultra. Cobalt blue.
Mm-hmm.
Lump black.
Lamp black.
But lamps aren't black. I just think the lump of coal is being black.
Right.
So it's just,
Well, speaking of, you're going to get to one, and then we're going to be like, we really should research why they call these colors
Viridian.
certain color, how they end up with their name.
Yeah. Somebody was high. Oh, there we go. Yeah. This is called Hooker's Green.
I wonder why.
What kind of paint class have you got me doing here? All right. We're doing a scripture verse with Hooker's Green, which hey, anybody can turn. So yellow. Ochre? I don't know.
Ochre?
Ochre?
Ochre.
Not okra, which I love. Raw umber.
Do you like fried okra and like steamed okra? Do you like the okra that's all like slimy with the diced tomatoes and stuff? I do.
I can eat it. But if you're going to say, all right, I'm preparing okra for you,
Right.
I want it fried. If
Right.
I have a choice, I want it fried. And then titanium white. All right.
Yes. So the white doesn't, it's not real overpowering, and so like if you want to make gray, you're going to use a lot more white than you're going to use black.
Okay.
And so do you have, what are you going to do? Are you going to paint the background?
Yes, I feel like I want the full experience.
Awesome.
I really feel like my hooker needs to be the base of everything, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think. I can't figure out what I want to do.
I haven't really even thought about it. And I'm not like, I'll probably do like a purple tree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to do a brown tree, you know. Now these roots are not real easy. I feel like they're important for the message, right?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to follow these lines. I'm just going to
put some in there.
do little
Very
squigglies.
good. Yeah.
Let's see. I may do a little, what's it called? An ombre?
Mm-hmm.
I know that because my daughter. No, that's too much work. So we'll do a blue over green. I'm going to kind of keep the sky in the ground.
Okay. I like it.
And so that way my roots are separate from my sky.
I like it.
So.
And there's a few different ways you can kind of add some clouds and stuff.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can cross that bridge when we get to it.
I was almost thinking my upper words could almost be white. So it's like the clouds himself. God is our refuge and strength.
Right. So if you do that, then you may not be able to put. I mean, you can put clouds below it, but you won't be able to have them
have a very sensitive palate.
Hey, are we allowed to talk about anything?
Yes.
Who's your friend you went camping with?
My friend I went camping with, she graduated a year after me in high school.
Oops. Sorry.
Oh.
I have an extra one. My kids did me the favor of taping those plastic things onto the.
Yeah?
Yeah, and that's the last one of them.
Yeah, I just, anyway, no. Friend of mine I went to high school with, didn't really know that much, but we got having a conversation. She's a professional photographer.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Sorry. That doesn't work. And anyway, we had a conversation. She is the head of Cherokee Rock Village, which is in Center Alabama where I grew up, where we used to go hiking. It's a beautiful area.
What is it?
It is a community park, but it's an overlook. You can camp there. You can rock climb. It's actually one of the #1 places in the southeast United States to go rock climbing. When I was there were people from Montana and New York there to rock climb. But anyway, there's a park board. She's over the park board, does photography. I sent her a message about how cool it was and how much nicer it was than when I went to school there. And then she was talking about wanting to do some photos. Anyway, one thing led to another, and we got doing a camping trip because she was going backpacking, and I wanted to learn about backpacking. So, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah,
Are you
blah.
new to the backpacking?
I am new. I've camped my whole life, but backpacking itself is new.
Hey, do you think that when I go on my my hiking,
Where are you going to? I meant to ask.
that
Is it LeConte? Or that's where she just went to, and she was telling me it's a 5-mile
yeah,
hike,
right.
and it's up mountain on the way there, and apparently it's gonna be pretty strenuous. So depending on how much you're planning on taking,
Yeah.
because she was saying it was really funny to see girls there that were having girls' weekend, and they were bringing their wine in glass bottles because it was adding all the weight.
Oh.
So if you're planning on taking your wine, I'm just saying don't do it in glass bottles. It'd be heavy.
Oh. Yeah. So there's 2 hike-ins that I'm aware of. One's in South Carolina and one's in Georgia.
Okay.
It's like when I start every painting, I have to create some sort of gross color to start.
Oh no, I need to see the actual colors before I can decide what I'm doing. And this may be way too much color of all the colors, but they're in my box, so
You're
I'm
fine.
putting them out.
Yeah.
Now, hooker green is really close to black when I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's.
Well, it's fine. It'll look different when I put it down. I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use every one of these colors.
This is like what kids do.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not making fun of you.
Oh no, you should. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I like this. Okay.
Oh gosh, I put the orange and blue beside each other. It makes me sick.
Because of our mutual distaste for Auburn, it was easy for me to teach my kids about colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel.
Yes.
Because it's easy to remember.
Ah.
Orange and blue, purple and yellow.
Yep. So we I have more colors than I have spots, and I should have thought this out better. Yeah, I know, but that was my mixing palette. We'll make it work.
How many do you have? 2, 4, 6.
You did 12, right?
8, 10. Yeah, you need 2 more.
That's fine. We're good. I'll figure it out. So,
He doesn't want to talk about it.
but I'm just gonna figure it out as we go. So
Okay.
anyway, so we always talked about Auburn stinks when I was little. When my kids were little, I'd always make a joke about Auburn stinks. So one day, when Olivia was very little, she made a very stinky diaper, and Owen goes, "Oh, Olivia made a stinky. Olivia's diaper smells like Auburn, because Auburn smells like baby poop," and that just kind of became a great thing from there on out. But I always loved that Auburn smells like a stinky diaper. All right, you're already painting. I'm still sitting here like a little kid squirting my colors
It's
out.
okay.
Looking at 'em.
I take a long time.
All right, so.
So this is not a good idea what I'm doing here, like where I'm putting paint everywhere,
Mhm.
because you have to actually work really fast so it doesn't dry out.
Mhm.
Now, if you do get to a point where your paint is not like gliding on as smoothly as you want it to, you got some water,
Yeah.
that you can add. Usually I'll just add a little water to my paintbrush and then that's enough kind of added
Okay.
moisture. So watch this. Watch how I'm kind of like, you kind of like sneak up on where you're wanting to paint. It's the same as like painting a room, like doing the edging.
Yeah.
Do you tape or do you?
I like to freehand it.
I do too.
Taping takes too much time.
And then it's not perfect either. If it was perfect, I might feel different about it.
It also, I mean, if you buy a really good edging brush, very nice and stiff, makes all the difference in the world. This is still too want more white.
I'm so good at edging.
Really, because I did like all of my house edged out. So anybody wants to brag about edging, I'll be happy to say, come prove it at my house.
So I'm so good at edging that I use a 2.5 inch angled brush.
Okay. Like a really stiff one though. So I think
It's fairly stiff.
I use a 2-inch one, I think.
I figured out that I like using a paintbrush that's made for oil-based paint. And I did that by accident because I had one and I couldn't find my acrylic paintbrush, and so I used the one for, and make plenty so you don't run out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to match the color. What was I saying? Oh, so the paintbrush is made for oil-based paint. It's a different type of
And that's all I get. My colors are
bristles.
different.
Put your head in that frame. It holds more paint,
Okay.
and so then you can apply more paint, and that is closer to the amount of paint that a paint roller puts on the wall. And so what you end up doing is kind of matching that thickness of paint.
Oh, okay. I just like taking my roller just right up to the edge as close as I can get it.
Right.
Do you roll first or cut first?
I can't even remember, but I tend to like colors more than neutrals, even for painting walls. And so I've learned my lesson that I just need to keep everything wet the whole time. And so I do both. Like in one wall, I'll cut in and roll and cut in and roll so that all the edges that touch each other, the painting edges, are wet. And that way I don't get what's called like hat band, and there's another word for it when you I wish I could remember what it was. But have you ever painted before and then you see where you edged and where
Yes.
you rolled and
Yeah, because I like to
And
go
then
through. I will go
color.
through and cut twice,
right?
and then I'll take my brush as I'm cutting with it, flat base. If I'm painting next to the ceiling, it's flat, and then I'll turn my brush sideways and I'll feather down, trying to make sure I don't have the hat band. I never knew there's an actual line for it, but that's my technique. And then I like to go in and roll after that. But yeah.
Look, this is already getting dry from where I told you. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta work fast.
You see, working fast and talking at the same time is not my strong suit.
So how was your hike and stuff? Good?
It was very fun. When I woke up yesterday morning, my little thermometer had 37, and the sun had been up for an hour. But luckily, we had enough gear that didn't get cold. But yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
I got a little rain yesterday. Did you? Last night?
Yeah. No,
Oh.
had some this morning, but I only had a little bit on the way to church this morning. Otherwise, it was completely dry. And
How much did you pack up? Because I saw that epic like.
it wound up being. I first loaded everything that was sitting on my table, and I had 41 pounds, and I still had to pack a 3-pound tent. So I took everything back out, and then I brought out my food scale, and I started weighing stuff.
Ah.
And then I reloaded, and I got down to 36 pounds total.
Yeah, people kind of start getting like, um, obsessed is not the right word, but
It is.
they get really kind of tuned into um, how to lose a few ounces.
Yeah, I mean, like you don't take your sack that the tent goes in and your sleeping bag goes in. You just stuff them in there.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, who cares? You know, if they're in a bag, you're just going to cram them in there, and you'll lose, you know, an ounce here, an ounce there.
So for real, can I borrow your backpack?
That's kind of like a personal thing, but okay.
I know it is a personal thing, but I don't know if I'll like be a backpacker.
Yeah. Now my backpack is like a huge backpack, but you're very tall, so as long as you don't start adjusting all my straps and make it where I have to go spend, you know, a day and a half readjusting all the straps to make it actually fit me.
Okay.
So.
Just like borrowing your car and not moving, not monkeying with the seats and the mirrors and stuff.
Yeah, oh gosh, you change all the presets in the radio station.
I had a '95 Acura Legend that had a memory for my seats. I haven't had a car since then.
That was fancy.
95.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Ah, it was great. I loved that car.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a little too close to all my branches here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You might want to switch to the smaller brush.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, let me just kind of get around it and then I'll come back and do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
See, that's why you have the videos. You're smart. I'm just sitting here smucking it up.
Smacking it up.
Smucking it up?
Oh.
I don't know if that's a real word. I may have just made it up.
Oh.
Or I may have just ruined it. I don't know.
Okay, so I have some girlfriends that come over for coffee, and you know we paint these paintings, you know, and she was kind of my guinea pig on this first one, and she was like, "I'm just gonna paint over the letters," but this really spoke to her. She was like, "I want to do this one." I was like, "I kind of feel like you don't need to paint over the letters." You know, and everyone kind of seems to get to that point where they're like, I'm just going to like paint over it and freehand it. I'm like,
yeah.
You don't really want to do that because it's going to be really hard.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
freehand it.
I mean, I'm already getting paranoid about trying just to stick to the lines themselves. So.
Yes.
And what's bad is also the color that I've chosen has made it super, yeah.
So the right thing to do then is probably to, I mean, you can keep that kind of a distance and just make your branches a little bigger.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Or you can paint your tree a different color and then go back. What color are you going to paint your tree?
No, it hasn't spoken to me yet.
Probably brown if you're going to do blue sky.
No, brown's boring. All trees are brown.
Yeah, but you're doing a blue sky.
So?
And green.
You were like, so you're already boring, yes. I understand that. Yeah, I want my tree to stand out, though, because I feel like it's kind of the focal point of everything here.
Yes. Ooh, it
what I'm imagining, so when I was, it wouldn't work. So when I was in the woods yesterday, I got this beautiful shot of looking up the trail on the way out. And it is absolutely just gorgeous. But where the light was hitting some of the trees, they almost looked red. So I'm almost thinking like maybe red for my tree.
Yeah. I was thinking like, you know, because there's this combination of like the yellow and the yellow ochre and the white that'll kind of make like a gold or something.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
But you could do, maybe that's the color for the roots or something. And then I like the idea of the red tree and making it stand out and stuff. And also with this border, you can choose to keep it or paint over it.
Okay. I haven't decided yet.
And also, you need to paint the edges.
Oh, like the sides?
Because you're gonna see it.
Like this? Okay.
And you can paint from this border over a different color.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint my outside. Oh, I'm not gonna do a border. I'm gonna paint, the border all over so it looks like a picture frame.
Right on.
Which I think is exactly what you were probably about to explain, right?
Well, I don't think I was even gonna like realize that it would look like a picture frame.
See, I have to put in simplistic terms. I'm sure there's probably some nice little technical name for it, but yeah, I'm just gonna So how many subscribers do you have on this now?
Well, it's funny. I don't really know how it's all going to work out, and that's what I kind of love about it, because I've got 4 different boxes that I'm doing, and I feel like they're 4 different markets.
Yeah.
And so I've got 15 loyal people with my first box that I started, and then this one, I'm trying to wait until I'm done with my website, but it's just resonating with people, and people are signing up for it, because I'm on a different website that's not mine, and I don't really want to be kind of too tied to them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have control over my customers, more than so, because it's hard to trust other entities that I feel like we're partners, and I don't think that they're trustworthy people.
Well then, yeah. By all means.
Yeah.
You do you. Oops. When this weird guy like sticking his tongue out while he's painting, because when I start trying to do stuff with detail, whatever reason my tongue gets stuck out.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about it until right now when I just kind of did it.
I probably do it too. I don't even actually watch the whole video.
Yeah, I never want to
I
watch
just
this
kind of-
video, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, I kind of put it together and put it out there, because it's not meant. What I do is I do a split screen.
Yes.
Of us talking and this, and people can do it on mute and just follow along, but it's not meant to be captivating. It's kind of meant to be background noise, I think it's helpful though to paint along, right?
Oh yes.
Learn a lot of tricks, right?
I will teach you all the stuff not to do. So if I can do this, I mean, you can market this to anybody.
Right. But, it's kind of like, I wonder if it's going to be difficult to convince people to get out of their comfort zone when they haven't been artistic or whatever, or not in this way, there's several different ways you can be artistic,
Like putting skeletons in your yard.
Yeah.
It's about the one thing artistic I've done.
That was awesome though. And how many days in a row did you rearrange all your skeletons? For Halloween?
For Halloween, yeah, I keep skeletons in my yard, not my closet. It was from September 5th to Halloween.
Oh wow. I liked the tea party.
The tea party was fun.
What was your favorite one?
I don't know.
Did it get to the point where it was a chore?
Yes.
And it was expected?
But and then, like, all of a sudden I get a sweet letter in the mail saying, hey, thank you for doing this. You're adding us a bright point to a pretty dismal year, and we look forward to this every day. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Okay.
Aww, that's sweet.
People are enjoying it, so let's give them something.
Right.
So that is my blue. Maybe I won't like, maybe I want my tree to have, I guess I can't have my tree having leaves on it, then I wouldn't have to actually go in there and be detailed.
You don't. You could, actually, yeah, you could just do like this and paint it all green.
Yeah, like a little kitty painting.
You really
That'd be
could.
super simple, then I wouldn't have to be detailed at all. I'm going to try to be detailed and see if I can do this, alright?
I feel obligated to kind of like.
Well, you should. I mean, it's your print.
Right.
I can cheat.
Right. Well, that's what makes it great when someone goes rogue. Like when I showed you my friend's painting where she,
Paint over all the words.
thank you, painted over all the words. So I wonder what I need to do in the future. Like I don't really care because like I'm kind of learning as I go and stuff, and it's okay for me to be like imperfect. And like one time I had like the
Art is imperfect.
the audio and the video didn't line up completely right.
Oh, it was like watching a Godzilla movie.
And that's what,
Hello, hey, painting
instead
numbers.
of fixing it, I was like, look, there are like lots and lots of people that have seen poorly made videos, right?
Yeah.
It's okay if I produce one.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
sure.
have to fix it and make it perfect. But I'm learning. And anyway, I think I need to like figure out how to scoot this back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you turn it sideways, or is it only getting the head then and not the?
It is only getting the head,
Okay.
but also it's
Not really the right format. Oh, if you're doing side by side.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, this is not ideal because you don't care and you're like this the whole time.
I am a left leaner, I guess. I didn't know this.
Oh, you're left leaning.
Yeah, like Owen Mills would always take my head and click it in his time. The family photos, you know. And so to this day, if I take a picture, my head automatically tilts.
Right.
Yeah.
When I went in to get my
Owen Mill photos done.
ID for college, like for some reason I didn't go at the right time, and so there wasn't like this long line of people. It was just me. Hey, put your paintbrush in your water cup. Not that one, but this one.
Oh, yes.
And she was like, turn to the side. Now put your shoulders like this. Now turn your neck and smile. And I mean, I had like a glamour shots like student ID for the entire. Everybody would be like, why is your picture so good? Just lucked up, you know.
So my student ID, when I got it made at student orientation, so the summer of 1997, then I went home and I immediately lost my wallet on the golf course. We lived across the street from the golf course. I somehow lost it, found it the next day. A dog had chewed up my brand new ID.
Yeah.
It was a good photo. And so, but it worked because the thing was a quarter of the way chewed,
Right.
but it didn't go across a little Scantron.
Right.
So I didn't get it fixed. And it became a thing for my, 5 years in college that every time I went somewhere, football games, you had to swap in your card.
Right.
And they say that's not going to work, and it always became a thing with all my friends wanting to see if it would actually quit working one day. It worked the whole time through. I mean, it was living on a prayer. It was awful. But it was a good shot. It was a good photo, and I didn't want to go to waste.
Right. I saw. I mean, I don't watch the Kardashians, so I don't know how I saw
Yes,
this.
you do.
But
I saw your DVR a while ago.
the Chloe went into the DMV and they were making her go in or whatever to get her picture taken again to renew her license, and she they paved the way for her, she didn't have to wait in line, and she goes and they have like a big ring light, and she had her hair and makeup done for it. And like, why are they allowed to do that? Why? I mean, it's okay, but I want to do that too.
I mean, they live in a different world than we do.
Yeah, well, but the DMV let them do that,
Yeah. They probably donated some money.
Well, maybe so. Hey, do you remember when Facebook's founder, Mark, got married? Do you remember that?
No.
And it was at a national park where no vehicles were allowed, and they ended up having to pay millions of dollars in fines. And everyone was so upset, like, how dare he do this? It's not like the people running the park didn't know about this.
Yeah, they were
This was
huge.
just the price of him having this wedding here.
It's like, hey, you know what? We need all this work done. How can we raise this? Oh, Mr. Zuckerberg, you're the second richest person in the world. You want to have a wedding here? Cool.
Right.
It's going to cost you X amount of money, and we'll put your name up.
But people think that, like, they just kind of, like, snuck in and did it. No. Everyone knew about the fines and that they were going to do it. You can't, like, have, like, a huge wedding like that and no one know about it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure someone on the internet said he was a jerk, and everybody went with it because, whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
This on the internet is true.
Yes. My son said that, and I was like, that's actually sarcasm. It's not accurate.
Yeah, everything on the internet's not true.
So, this is only the second time we've been around each other in person.
Yes.
And the other time was about a year ago.
It was, because I think I actually looked on my phone, because I still have your number in my phone, text message, so, and I think it was on there. The last time the time we texted, because we were trying to meet up. Because I was trying to remember that. I said, oh, let me see if I can go through text history. So I put your name in, like I was going to send you a text message, and it popped up, like, yeah, there it is.
So, well, it was probably about October, though.
Yes, I think it was something along that lines.
That was like the first month after my divorce that I finally was like, you just got to get the kids like one night a week or something. I need a break, you know? And that's like one of the first nights that I had off from my kids was that I met you for a little bit.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, I guess I've been fortunate with that. Yeah.
Do you remember though? Because I was a little mean to you about it. Like you were like, I've got my kids 50% of the time, and I was like, I don't think that that's ideal for the kids.
Yeah, because I was like, it was like week on, week off. And you're like, well, studies have shown this and this and all this stuff, and this is the type of rotation you should participate in, and I'm like, come you're probably that person whose friends had their newborns, and you were telling them the proper way to breastfeed their children. You know, instead of it being like, everybody's going to do it their own way, you're like, no, this is the way.
Right.
Oh, you probably don't watch The Mandalorian, do you? That's a funny line. Is this is the way?
Oh.
That's why I just made me think about it.
Oh.
I was being a nerd because I just watched it a while ago. So.
Oh. So are you like really tired? Because I mean, you had to hike in today.
I came home yesterday. Yes,
okay.
We came in yesterday.
So you only spent one night.
We only wound up spending one night because the colors were not as nice as we thought they were going to be, and they wound up booking our other night. So we were only in the woods for one night. But somehow, tossing and turning, I lost my pillow, and it was really cold. Couldn't find my pillow until daylight, and then by then I was awake and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I didn't really sleep that well Friday night.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to sleep well, and because you stay up late, and then all these other people that like as soon as daylight comes.
No, this is backcountry campsites. There was nobody within a quarter of a mile of us. Was the closest one.
Well, that's cool. So I think I'm an aspiring, pop-up camper type.
That's what I'm about to buy.
Person. Oh, I've talked to you about pop-up campers.
I'm about to buy one. I'm looking for one now.
Oh, good. I think that backpacking is a departure from that. I think that those are two opposite.
Well, they are, yes. Complete like road trip to me is pop-up. I mean, that's what I want it for. It's like a road trip with the kiddos. I love. I went to Moab, Utah. It was a blast. I want to go back. I want to go spend like 3 weeks there.
Oh.
But like the problem with me is because I have a little girl and I don't want her going into bathhouses by herself to take a shower. I'm trying to find a pop-up that has the hard fold-up walls, so it has like a toilet shower closet thing, and so we can take baths inside the actual pop-up.
You don't want to get one of those like accessory showers that you can put outside of the pop-up?
Yeah, I've camped in really cold weather before, and again, I don't. So Olivia is 9. I mean, how much longer do I have it where she's 8, about to be 9 next month. So I mean, how much longer is she actually going to spend time with her dad, want to do stuff? So I want to make certain that she has a place where if she wants to go take a shower, she can go take a shower.
Right.
And give her one less excuse to say, I don't want to go with you because I got to take a shower outside. So now I want an indoor shower.
Right on. Well, I mean, I feel like every pop-up that I've seen has a shower, and I'm like, God, I'm going to have to take the shower out and put in something else.
I haven't seen. I was not
Some
2 or 3
storage.
that has it.
But the pop-ups I'm looking at are between like 1975 and 1995 probably.
Those have showers and pop-ups, like the ones you crank it and they're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The 95 ones,
Mhm.
those are super nice. It's basically the same thing that you could get with a new one, you know, but
Mhm.
they're like $1,500.
Yeah. Well, like I've seen the ones that have like the shower, and it's like a shower curtain that goes around you. Then I've seen the ones that have the hard walls, where you fold up the hard walls, and it's like an actual hard wall shower around you.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to find
Oh,
is the
okay.
one with the hard wall. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in campers, and I'd like to have, not that the hard wall gives you that much more privacy, but man, I would just like to have a little bit more privacy if I gotta go in there.
Yeah, sure.
Then again, I've seen your bathroom, so you probably wouldn't mind. She has the most open bathroom I've ever seen.
Yeah, I have I would call it a 4-person jacuzzi tub in my bedroom.
I didn't see a jacuzzi tub. I saw a huge fern pot that was sunken in the ground.
Right. And I mean, like, people are like, why don't you use that? And I'm like, because it's not designed well. You just kind of like float. There's no like seats in it or anything.
Yeah.
Because it's from the 70s.
It's a bathtub. I mean,
And they weren't. Yeah, they're designed better now. But actually, so you don't know what function my jacuzzi tub has had the entire time I've been here. You don't have this information?
no.
It's a ball pit.
Oh, I've seen the pictures. Yes, I've seen the pictures of y'all putting balls in it and everything.
So when I had to bring the plants in to winter
Mm-hmm.
indoors, the kids were gone, and I like put all the balls in 3 or 4 of those like leaf bags.
Mhm.
It filled those up, and the kids were pretty upset. But I'm trying to wean them off of the ball pit because I want a soaker tub, Matthew.
I mean, why don't you just get like a baby or a kiddie pool, stick it in the garage, and use that as a ball pit?
Right? Yes.
There you go, guys.
Paul's like, let's get a net for the trampoline and put them on the trampoline. I was like, I don't want to be picking up balls all over the backyard. I know y'all.
I mean, you can say, hey, jerks, you dropped them everywhere. Go pick them up.
Right?
I'm a mean parent.
You are not. I think I've realized in my time of being single, I think it's more acceptable in society I don't know why, but it is, for men to be kind of like not a good dad, But there's people like you that love their kids, and you make the effort to kind of like, plug in and be present
yeah.
in the moment. And I didn't really realize when I got a divorce that like that's what I want, right? Is somebody like that, because it tells about their character more than, even if I'm, my kids are older when I date or something, like.
What's the craziest thing that I learned from being divorced?
Hey, when you do this, you can like kind of leave a little bit of a haze. You see how I left that? And then just make your letters a little bigger.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do with my limbs. They're gonna be big limbs.
Good.
But no, so like I learned when you're a guy and you're divorced, people automatically assume that the reason for the divorce is because the guy did something. I've learned that. It's been hilarious. I've always just
Oh.
kind of laughed at it. It's like, okay. People are like, oh, so what'd you do? Like, what? It's like we have a whole conversation. Like, oh yeah, I work from home now. I used to work on the road. Oh, I understand why you got divorced. What?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're a guy. You were traveling. Oh, thanks. No. All you women people, y'all vote for equal rights, right? Y'all can equally screw up as quickly as we can.
Is this 46-1 or 46-7?
It's 46.
I need to print off the one that I did.
I might have to look at my Bible app to tell you.
No, because I'm gonna print it off. I should have already done this. I thought I wasn't gonna need to, but it'll be helpful. Hey, look at this one.
You put a new song on. I like that. But what's a lot of stuff to paint?
But you could just not do any of it.
Yeah.
You got so many options.
I'm just waiting for a second. You're going to turn real quick, and I'm going to lean in. You're going to give me a mustache. That's an orange mustache. Exactly. My grandfather wanted that. He had a pickup truck that exact same color as you're painting right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, here it is. Oh man, I don't know that I can tell. I think I'm gonna have to look it up.
I mean, it's kind of important.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, it's only a matter of time before it gets all the way to this point and there's a typo and I hadn't caught it. You know? Hey, which one's gonna help us see it better, this or this?
I mean, I was going to look at the Bible verse. I don't know. That 7 and 1's kind of close. I mean, I think it's a 7.
I do too. I'm gonna look it up. But no, I'm just saying, like, it's good to have what it looks like.
Yes.
Look at this. It is a steam shower and it's a tub.
Is there a computer room in there or something? What is that?
It's crazy looking. The white one kind of tells the story
What?
better.
I mean, that looks intimidating.
But it's all enclosed, so it's going to be nice and warm.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't put that in my bedroom, though.
There's like 47 jets in there. I mean,
Right.
I'm just.
And so then look, this door closes, and then there's a tub.
I think there's a built-in bidet right there.
Oh gosh. Better not use the bidet in my shower.
They had like 47 jets in it, so I feel like one of those was probably for that. I don't know.
I used to have a bidet in my bathroom. Did you see that hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be a bidet. Now it's just my toilet. It's called a hole in the ground.
There's a hole in the ground.
I live on the mountain. I used the bathroom with a hole in the ground yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, so our backcountry sites all had a primitive outhouse for each one of them.
Really?
Yes. Which was great, so I took a little bitty shovel. Then I get there and I'm like, oh, I could have dropped, a pound and a half in weight right there. There's certain essentials you have to have,
Did you leave your shovel or did you take it?
No, I took my shovel home. The next place I go, I may need it. I don't know.
Yeah. So tell me, like, would you say 35, 37 pounds?
Yeah, I think it's like somewhere between 35 and 37. I can't remember what I got it down to.
But
It says there's a ratio. Like there's a certain percentage of your body weight you should never exceed.
Oh.
When you do it. But I mean, if you're going like up the mountain, you have talk about packing a tent. So a tent is about 5 pounds, and if you split it, one person carries the poles, one person carries the fabric.
Oh.
So it's like 3 and 2 pounds. So you don't have to take that, and your meals are going to be provided up there, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about taking a stove like we did.
The hike in is like a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm thinking about things you don't have.
Tent.
You don't need the tent.
Right.
You don't need the stove.
Right.
You don't need all the dehydrated meals, just snacks.
Right.
I'm just thinking things that you could lose.
So give me some pointers, because this is totally a girls' weekend. It's going to be me and 3 of my girlfriends, and one of them walks well, 2 of them walk regularly. One of them is like the Pilates instructor, but I don't know what pitfalls we're not thinking about.
Let's see. Layers are your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So not like yoga pant layers, but by like if you have like really lightweight layers, like thermals type things. Like I use Merino 150 wool because it breathes. You can wear it when it's warm and it still stays cold, and it actually pulls sweat off of you so it doesn't stink. And it's really nice. And then you can put a layer on top of that, and then you can wear your clothes. Um, watch the weather. If it's going to be raining, you're going to want rain pants. Otherwise, it's going to be a miserable walk up there.
Gosh, you're right. I'm just propping my arm out behind you. I'm not making a move.
I know, that's fine. I mean, my head's not even. Oh, yeah, see? I keep leaning that way.
How are your knees?
Not great.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, you could put like your knee up, and then that would force you to lean.
Oh no, I'd be sitting there hurting so badly. I thought you were like relating to hiking terms. Okay, how's your knees? Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. Oh no.
I was showing you this shower, and I forgot to look up what psalm this is. You know, I like Proverbs so much.
I mean, it's like daily words of inspiration.
It is 46:1.
That's what I thought. But I mean,
Yeah.
again, I wasn't the one that did it. But. Well,
46:7. The Lord Almighty is with us.
I'm leaving a painter's hat or something. What you called it?
Hatband.
Hatband, yeah. Around my letters. So I am like least interested in detailed work ever. So all this right here is a true test of my patience. Okay, this is a huge exercise of patience for me. I'm more of a abstract art, or give me a roller and I can just.
Okay, so me too, believe it or not. But the Bible verses kind of have the same intention as, like, when you apparently, okay, there's an etiquette for Christmas cards that you're supposed to handwrite the return address and the to address. And the reason being is that you're supposed to kind of meditate on this person and that you love them and that you're sending this thing to them to give them joy. I don't do that. I just print them off. I just have like an Excel spreadsheet with all everybody's.
You're being more intent in the month. Your time is being more intentional. I can see that.
But you're supposed to, right? Handwrite them. That's the etiquette. But with this, like, I feel like not only does this help my painting skills, but I am meditating on the verse. And it's biblical to have verses hanging in your house.
I'm not I can't. This becomes such a micro. I'm meditating on the leg of the G, and the curve of that. I'm not even thinking about there's the word refuge. I'm not even.
Right.
For me, I'm like, all right, let's try to get through this.
But if you end up liking it though, or will you put it in your house?
Oh, this is going in my house one way or the other.
Awesome.
It's either be like, hey, remember that time I painted something? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so my friend was doing this painting, and she got to a point where she was like, I gotta quit, I gotta give up, I can't, it's not salvageable. And I was like, but it is. And when it took a couple weeks, and when she pushed through that uncomfortable thing and corrected it, it felt great to her. You know?
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. There's some little letters.
Yes. I thought the big block letters would be nice right now instead of the cursive letters. The cursive letters are really pretty.
I think there's this delicate balance between saying enough. Because if I had 3 words, then I could have used enormous letters.
Yeah.
You know? Right?
and you Google and you said, what is a difficult font to paint around? I like this one. It is a beautiful font. It actually is.
It's not the easiest thing ever.
I mean, I've gotten 2 words.
Oh, yeah. You did good too.
Oh, I get a cookie. I am not painting around the roots.
Right.
I'm painting straight over them.
And then just fake some.
And then
Right. Well, you could maybe, yeah, I guess you don't have to kind of plan it.
fake it till you make it.
Yeah. You don't have to like, I was thinking you might want to not paint where you were going to put them, but that's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, some of the colors kind of smear when I do it. Maybe, I don't know, we haven't made that far yet.
Did you hear honey down there?
It's the honey hole.
Hey, so if I ever start talking about something that you don't want to talk about, you can just be like, next or whatever.
Okay,
Um,
next.
are you dating that girl?
Oh, no.
Y'all just buddies?
No, just friends, yep. Just a fun thing to go check out, hiking and backpacking. And she's done backpacking a few times. She'll do a lot of nature photos.
Yeah.
So it was fun to kind of go out there, and she gave me a couple little pointers.
Right.
Like taking a cell phone too, like even like using a cell phone. Like, hey, you take a photo, make this adjustment, make this. She goes, I make these 2 adjustments on every single photo I take, whether I'm using a cell phone or, several $1,000 DSLR, whatever.
Right.
She goes, I make these 2 adjustments on every single one of them.
Right.
It's like, oh, and so I did a couple of photos, and she showed me like, ooh, this is nice. I like it. She took one photo of me, and it's my back, and there's a sun in the distance poking through the trees.
Yeah.
And you can't see the fire, but you can see the smoke. It looks very mystic, and I almost feel like I need to get on a dating profile just so I can use that picture.
Yes.
But then I remember how awful they are, and I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, I'm currently not on any dating sites. I mean, I have this friend. Actually, she liked you, and you were like, and she was like, not putting herself out there, and she was not really going out. She was not going to be on any like sites, but then also she wasn't like going out in public very much, and this was pre-COVID. And I was like, Amanda, by the time that somebody finds you, they're gonna have to like break into your house. You're gonna date a burglar, But sure enough, somebody from church set her up with somebody.
Yeah, so there's videos about that, but those aren't really the type of videos that I talk about. That was an intruder in the house?
But they're very happy.
See, it's perfect. Everybody's got somebody for them out there.
I'm just a hard fit.
Yeah. I had gotten off all the dating sites, and I told somebody, like, I'm done with it. So Olivia was asking me questions about it. So, Dad, are you dating anybody? I was like, no, like, I'm done. And this was, my beard will come and go. And she'd tell me, she said, well, if you need a dating buddy, you need to shave that beard off. It makes you look really old. It's like, oh, so you're into me, dating someone that's younger than me? She's like, Dad, you're old. Everybody's younger than you. I'm like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say that, like, moms and sisters and daughters need to stop telling men to shave their beard, because just because they don't like it doesn't mean that single women don't like it.
No, my daughter actually loves it. Like, every time I shave it off, she gets mad at me.
Yeah.
So I had a really nice long beard, and I shaved it off when me and my Jeremiah Hodges, when he and I went to Utah. So I knew it was going to be really sandy and dusty, and it wasn't going to be a lot of fun having a really thick, long beard at the time.
Oh.
And so I picked Olivia up, and I came back, She's like, "What's wrong with you?" She's like, "You shaved."
Oh, she was trying to figure it out.
No, she was just not very happy about the fact that I shaved.
Right. But it took
You're
her a
way
second.
faster than I am.
You're doing so good though. You really are.
I get a cookie.
Speaking of, I really need to order my groceries before my kids get back. I mean, I don't know about you, because I mean, I just have a couple nights a month, you know, without my kids, but somehow I like get to where I dwindle down all the groceries
Yeah.
whenever I'm not gonna have them.
Oh, when my kids aren't home, I have no groceries. I have eggs, some sort of sausage that I've cooked, or some sort of meat that I've smoked in the previous week, which I'll just keep reheating. Stuff to make tacos with, bread. That's it. And I'll eat some sort of version of nachos or sandwiches, or just, you know, a bowl of, you know,
Last
meat
night
and
for
cheese.
dinner, I was like, oh, let's see, I've got hummus, I've got some slices of cheddar cheese.
I had a. So the other day I had a barbecue sweet baked potato. No, I didn't bake it. That's right. I cubed the baked potato. I cubed the sweet potato and cooked it, and then I just had a bunch of smoked pork, and I seasoned it all. And I had a big bowl of just sweet potatoes and spicy pork.
About a week ago, I made stewed sweet potatoes.
Ah.
So I just cut them up and boiled them until they were soft.
Well,
Same
how do
thing.
that? Yeah.
How did you cook yours?
I cubed them, covered them in olive oil,
And roasted them?
and then cover the pan, put it in the oven. Another way I did it, so I olive oil, did Cajun seasoning, and I have a rosemary. If it's a plant or a tree, what we call it. Anyway, rosemary, and I sprinkle a little bit of that on there.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Or the other time I did it, I instead of coating them in olive oil, I coated them in butter, and then sprinkled brown sugar and cinnamon all over them. It was delicious.
I don't love brown sugar on sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes just
So do I.
with butter.
When I eat a sweet potato, I don't put anything on it. But this is meant to be like really sweet
Right.
because the meat that I cooked had a really spicy rub on it.
Okay.
And so I was trying to, and it also has some brown sugar in the spicy rub.
Right.
So I was trying to get a little of the complimentary flavor going on.
Nice. Did you cook when you were married?
Some, yeah.
But more now?
More now. I mean, I cooked for the kids. Usually it was when I did cook, nobody ate it except for the kids and me. So I just kind of quit. But it was also, you know, you had to worry about, hey, what's everybody else going to like? And my kids are picky eaters, so now I just cook for me.
Yes.
I cook what I want. And if they don't want it, they're like, hey, I don't like this. Like, cool. There's bread. There's, you know, whatever. There's some Hot Pockets. Go make yourself something to eat.
I'm glad you're like that too, because
I'm not a short order cook.
right.
I love you, kiddos.
Now I gotta say, I've had it pretty easy for the last 2 years that I've been divorced without a man in the house. But now all of a sudden, one's becoming a man, and he'll be like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "Come eat some cereal." He's like, "No, I need some protein."
Well, Owen knows how to boil eggs. Let me see if that's, you know, that's protein.
Right.
Yeah, he makes his own sandwiches, you know, turkey. But he loves making grilled cheese sandwiches now.
Oh. Okay, wait. There's a TV show where the main character's favorite food was grilled cheese, and she had 3 different types of cheese on there, like Colby, cheddar, and then a white one like mozzarella or.
So I kind of had an adult grilled cheese before I came over here.
Ooh.
So I cooked.
Have vodka on it?
I dipped it in vodka. That's why you can't smell it. It's a pure alcoholics drink of choice, vodka. Not a paid sponsor. No. So I had some Kaneka sausage that I cooked in the cast iron really slowly.
We should hang out more.
Okay, so
just because I need to eat your food.
So yeah, so the cast iron's getting nice and seasoned with this, and so I let it cook for like 40 minutes in there.
Yeah.
Then I butter the bread, took the Conecuh sausage out, cut lengths and split it. And I put the bread in the pan, so it's now cooking in a little bit of the sausage grease, right? Then I put sharp cheddar on one side, pepper jack on the other, and then I laid Conecuh sausage on top of both sides.
Yeah.
And then between all that, I put a fried egg. And then I slapped it all together. I cut it down the middle. It was delicious.
Because you like to do these complex flavors all together, and I think I do too, but then when I send you a picture and tell you what I'm eating, you're like, oh, it's a little too far.
But no, I'm like, you have that cake. It was like, for me, a cake is like sweet dessert, and honestly, like, I would try that stuff. Like, I would try whatever. But sometimes I look at the flavors, I'm like, that's a lot of different flavors. I don't know what I'm supposed to be tasting in this.
So, I lost you one time. I can't even remember what the kind of base of it was, but I think I had like hot sauce, barbecue sauce, feta, parm.
It's
Like, I
all
had
good
a
so
bunch
far.
of-
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I'm good with all that.
I know, but like I lost you somewhere. I'll have
Yeah.
to look back at the messages.
Probably some mint leaf. I'll take a mint. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need the outline in a second that you had.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to remember like how these letters go because my color is really not good for this.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to think about using a blue color, they may want to make their blue
Hey,
way different than this.
hold it a little closer to the camera so that
Yeah.
people can see it pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of hard to tell the details. I mean, on the camera it actually sticks out a little bit better, but in real life they're blending in pretty well.
Okay, I'll go get that thing.
So yeah, this is going to have to be done in something really bold. The idea of white, I don't think it's going to work because those are going to show through.
Oh, okay, so you could do like white and then use like little flicks of black to kind of make it bounce. Or you could just use black.
I could just use black or gold or whatever. We'll figure it out.
I like literally ran out of ink on this printing.
Oh, you're printing that out. Okay.
But you can see it.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, like that test pattern where it uses all the different colors.
I'm just low on ink.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the little colors. It's like
Yeah,
when it does the test pattern.
right. That's what it looks like.
So God is alright. So I gotta put a line between these two,
But that's helpful to
Yeah.
remember kind of.
where the letters are.
Mhm.
If you are someone who lost your letters along the way. I should have brought my COVID Christmas ornament over here and let you paint the names on there.
Oh, I thought I already offered to do that. I probably just did in my head.
Yeah, you didn't. Because I'd have been like, yes.
Yeah.
So I need somebody that can do that because I do not have a hand for it.
I have little.
Little markers that you use.
Mhm.
Yeah. I actually think I may have the markers that you use.
Okay, so
But
it's
I-
not a matter of you don't have the materials. You don't.
I
Want
don't want to do it.
I got it.
I think we have little markers. I have a whole bunch of little Sharpie stuff. But I did have those. And then Owen discovered the art of recycling cardboard into his own toys.
Mhm.
And he's making his own board game. And he's cutting cardboard out. And he's coloring all these characters with my Sharpies. And I don't know, which is fine 'cause it's all pretty creative stuff.
Awesome.
But I have no clue where any of it is.
Well, with both
Um,
of your kids kind of like an art. Did you like my art cabinet? Did you notice it?
Where's the art cabinet?
That like
Oh, I noticed the lights all over. I was so distracted by the lights, I didn't notice
yeah.
what was going on inside
It's
there.
all art. So there's like air dry clay. There's all kinds of different paper to use
Oh.
and paints and even like textiles to make like doll clothes and stuff.
So I have a rollout, a 3-drawer, like those little, if you don't have drawers in your closet, little Tupperware thing. I have a 3-drawer one of those. And it has easels, it has palettes,
Mhm.
lots of paints, has all the little Dollar Tree things you can get, like peace and love, little wooden signs to paint.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we have a bunch of those little stuff.
Oh,
But I have it
nice.
on wheels, so it stays in the laundry room.
Oh yeah.
We roll it out when it's time to use it. I'm a very uncluttered person, so I don't have many pieces of furniture in my house,
Right.
and so
Mhm.
so it stays in the laundry room.
Um.
And
you-
also, I haven't found something on the side of the road that I want to use, because usually I just find stuff on the side of the road
Right.
and then use it.
Because this cabinet's awfully cute. And
Yours
it's a
is,
good-
yeah.
It's a good way to have things out in the open. But I mean, I also am not as clutter free as you are.
Clutter causes me some anxiety.
Yeah, does my house cause you anxiety?
No, if it's not my house, I can leave.
Oh. Well, part of my issue is that I'm doing so many things out of my house that I'm getting to the point where I'd really like to have an office to go to.
Well, see, I work out of my house, so I think that's the thing too. Is it's easy for my house to become really cluttered
Yeah.
because I'm there all the time. People are like, oh, you can keep your house clean. You live there. It's like, no, I'm in the middle of the mess all the time,
Yes. Yes.
and so it's more difficult for me that way.
I mean, I have kind of like, you know, like one of my friends came over here to paint. She was like, I left my art box at my house, and I was like, you came to the manufacturing facility. I can get you another one.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. And that's awesome.
Yeah, but that also means I'm living amongst it, you know, right now. I have a plan.
Well, you do have an art studio. I mean, the light that you have available in your bedroom, in your loft, is like the most ridiculously awesome art studio space. You kick the kids out, like, hey, no more toy room, guys. Play in your own bedroom. This is Mama's room.
That's a great idea.
I know it's a great idea. I'm an idea person. I'm horrible at execution, but I have great
Paul's
ideas.
12, so I mean he's gonna get tired of the Legos very soon.
Yeah.
And then I can at least have half of the loft. But I do not want. I mean, you don't understand. Genevieve has 4 doll houses.
Well, see, no, that's your problem. I mean, I don't know if you understand this or not, but you're the one in charge here, right? Genevieve, Mama wants her space.
Right. Yeah.
You get,
I didn't have a lot of toys growing up. And so, like, I think I overcompensate for that.
now, I have a friend who goes,
I haven't
like, every time, like, she goes to the thrift store and she goes to yard sales, and she would always, like, her kids would have, like, 5 doll houses, 6 kitchens, but they were all stuff that she found and paid, like, $1 or 2 for.
Right. It's not like I was. I just didn't have. I think my mom just didn't like the clutter,
Yeah.
right? So I just didn't have a lot of toys. So I
And
think
then you decided you're going to embrace the clutter.
yeah.
Okay. There's nothing
I mean, because I don't love it. You know, it actually gives me kind of some stress and anxiety, but I feel like I'm, you know, sacrificing for my kids.
There you go. I mean, hey.
But then
There's-
again, I
there's
get to put
no-
it up there.
Yeah, there's no excuses needed for it.
Yeah. Mhm. I mean, I like when I had the flea fiasco of 2020. I have 1 indoor cat, and I got fleas in my house.
That is nuts.
It was not enjoyable.
Okay.
You know what I think would be cool is to paint this color and this color.
I like where you're going. You're making it complex.
Is your paint drying out?
I mean, just enough.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind there being a little bit of a line right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Never mind. Okay, I'm good.
You did a line.
I was wanting to do like a raised line on this, but
Oh.
that wasn't really working, so I'm done. Okay. I don't really care if the line's neat or not. I just need to
So what's dry right now on your
I need
painting?
to, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this bottom half while allow all the blue to dry,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can
So
script in all the good stuff.
start at the bottom so you don't mix it all together.
Alright, so what do I want my bottom to be?
Hooker.
Hooker, yeah. Hooker is definitely a possibility. Gosh, I got a lot of colors on here.
How do you not know Jason Dean?
Who?
Jason Dean.
I don't know.
He hangs out with Brandon.
Well, I may know him by.
He doesn't know you either.
Okay, we'll see. See, Brandon likes to keep all of his groups separated.
Right. He compartmentalizes.
Yeah,
his
that
friends.
that way we can all talk about them at the same time. Well, I'm just thinking about all these colors. I can. So I could do my tree brown,
Don't you love that there's?
but then I could do all these colors in little bitty dollops all over it to be fall.
Do what now?
Take like all those colors right there
Right.
and just little blobs
Yes.
all over it. So it's a fall tree.
Yes.
Because it's a season, right? So
Those are some inspiration.
yes, there we go.
I have that other one.
But I want mine to be like an abstract tree.
I did
Just-
one that was.
That's
but
it.
look,
That's it.
This is a good color. This is, like, I
All-
need to go
look,
get that
no.
other one.
All these 5 colors right here are getting used
Awesome. I think that's
because
great.
I'm going to blend them all together. They're not going to be separate little dots. They're all going to kind of.
Do you have to use the poopy color?
I do.
You can use the green.
The poopy color may be the tree.
You can use the green.
Yeah, I can use the green. I don't really think of green as fall.
Well, but there's that transition time where everything's so beautiful, where there's green and
Well, there can
red and yellow.
maybe all those colors used in there.
It's-
So,
it-
all right.
Wait, it's your painting, and you're the one that's going to be looking at it, so don't even listen to me.
Yeah, thanks. I already know you're opinionated. You're going to.
I'm having trouble because I want to paint it upside down, but I have to paint it right side up so that I can remember how to do the letters. Because you designed them to be so thin, Matthew. It's kind of difficult.
You can tell a woman designed that. Because they designed it to be really pretty. The man would design it to be more, easier to work with.
Right.
Because we're not artistic or, wasn't artistic. You're more fine detailed. Where I'd just be like, hey, you know what? Let's just make this really easy to work with. I wouldn't think about the artistic aspect of it. So yeah, I just kind of pigeonhole all men and women there together. I'm gonna say me versus you in this. Quit looking at my hooker.
I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make my S and my T touch each other.
That's like a personal choice.
My S and T are touching.
It's like a very personal choice. I don't know if I can help you with that one. Yeah, I actually really like the color of this hooker.
I need to look it up and figure out why it's called hooker's green.
There's probably several different stories in my mind that work up pretty well, but we'll just leave that alone.
Well, but like these are, and aren't you glad like this isn't like some cheap like pods of paint and they're all dried out?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff?
absolutely. This is very nice, high quality, very blendable, very workable paint.
And to have 12,
Then I can go home and paint some more. Now the paint itself, like it's not clumpy. Sometimes you get the paint. My kids have gotten little art kits before, and like you basically just say, okay, I like the kit, let's throw away all the paint because the paint is
Right.
garbage.
That's almost always how it is.
This is hand packaged and prepared with a loving spirit.
Well,
I feel like I just helped create your commercial.
yeah. When I started this, I really just wanted to send the canvases to people. I didn't want to do a whole kit, right? And I mean, I promise you, the day that I was like, no, I'm just sending the canvases. I'm not going to get into all of that and finding out all the things. And my friend, who is an artist, right? I mean, but she has like a hobby artist.
Yeah.
She has a job. She's a physical therapist, and she ordered a kit, and she had to throw away the paints and the paintbrushes, and she didn't have any, and her son didn't have any that weren't dried up, and I was like, if she doesn't have good paints,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna have good paints.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give them the good paints.
You gotta do it. Give the people what they need.
I hope you're gonna do 2 coats because you need to
Of what?
paint.
On what?
You may be able to get by with 1 coat.
No, I want the green to be smeared. I don't want it to, I mean, that's why I'm doing it this way. I don't want it to be smooth.
Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of doing it in a way that it's
Okay.
lighter and darker in shades. That's how I want it.
Okay. So it's
I'm
gonna
not-
look like.
I'm not. I mean, are you doing 2 shades of your orange?
Mhm.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm not doing. I want it to look like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the ground.
I'm just trying to help you to.
The sky looks
Have the
smooth
right
and blue. The
expectations.
green, you know, the grass is all different shades. And I was looking at Augusta Golf Course before I came over here, and it was all different colors.
I think it'd be fun to go to Augusta.
I mean, I didn't like pimentos, but I'd probably have a pimento cheese sandwich. That's what they're famous for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because apparently it's one of the cheapest places to go for food. But it's very hard to get in. But like once you get in, like all the food's inexpensive. And
I have a friend. Someone called her and she was like, "Hey, I've got these tickets to the Masters and we can't go this year, so I thought you and your husband would want to go." And she was like, "Oh, we're not really big fans of golf, thanks." And then like a week or 2 later, she kind of casually finally mentioned it to her husband, like, "Hey, this person called us and tried to give us tickets to some golf thing, but I told her that we didn't really like golf." He was like, "What?" And then he called her and she was like, "I kept the tickets. I thought that."
well, that's like a bucket list item for tons of people. You know, going to Augusta.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like they have all their Masters clothes, which you cannot buy anywhere but there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so people love to go there, and people, like if you have a friend that's going, like they'll get loaded up with money and they'll buy a bunch of merchandise and bring back. And dear gracious, you were really good at that, cutting in that fine. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm looking at how large my gaps are between the tree and the paint.
But I think it's great.
Especially now that I just realized I'm going to do this little splotchy color, and I didn't have to do all that.
Well, but you
Painting
can,
around that.
now you have a lot of options as far
Yeah.
as.
I may change my mind 5 times between now and then, so.
Right. No, but that kind of one of the purposes of doing this is that I'm trying to take the pretentious nature out of art
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of inherently in art a
Yeah.
lot of times, where people feel like, oh, if somebody's a good artist, like I can't do that, right? And so then people don't try. But honestly, like, you know, creativity is about the opposite of perfection. You know, it's about just taking some time to do something fun.
Enjoy the process.
And everyone can do it.
Yeah. I mean, example.
Well, and so I've got this good friend, and she's going through a lot. I mean, who isn't right now? But she has kind of gotten to where this is like her happy time, and she feels like it's because it's a guided art project.
Mhm.
Because I'm telling you, like, do this design, you
Yeah.
know, like she doesn't have to. It takes the pressure off.
It takes a lot of the thought process off too.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I have to paint this again. I usually just get through with half the painting during the 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Usually the person I'm with finishes.
Well, I'm thinking you're way ahead of me, but you're going to do a second coat of paint, so maybe I'm actually further ahead of you than you.
Yeah. The second coat goes faster though, because basically the canvas holds the paint quicker.
Yeah.
More
It
readily.
reaches point of saturation.
Mhm. So is your son more artistic than your daughter?
Yes.
Is she more analytically minded?
Nope.
Okay.
He is analytical
Okay.
and artistic.
Okay. And what is she?
Athletic. She's artistic. I mean, she enjoys art, but I mean, she enjoys, like, he is, like, way out there creating his own comic book characters.
Right.
Artistic, you know, and
Right.
she is, you know, hey, here's a portrait of a girl who's winking.
Right.
They just completely different artistic.
Right.
Like, she likes stuff like this. Like, her and my mom have done the YouTube videos. I guess much like this right here, where you paint something.
She's watched the videos?
Yeah.
Right.
And so she's more like that, where Owen is more just, I want to create stuff. But she's also very, she likes to build stuff with me.
Yeah.
So she likes to also destroy stuff. When we bought the house, she was very excited about demoing walls,
Mhm.
tearing out walls and stuff.
Fun.
So she's my helper with stuff. And Owen will be more like, I'm gonna go sit in my room and play Legos and draw stuff for 3 hours.
I'm glad that y'all aren't kind of giving them like the gender roles that they have to be one way or the other, you know, because like somebody on Facebook last night was like, name something your dad taught you. And I was like, day trading. No, wait, drywall. Like electrical, plumbing,
Yeah.
scuba diving, and day trading. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool that he taught me all those things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, things that people would say, oh, that's, you know, some, you know, guy, whatever, you know.
Right.
I always joke. I said, look, if I ever married a woman and she made a ton more money than me and she wanted, you know, our kids not to go to aftercare, or she wanted the house always clean, or I was like, I'd be a stay-at-home household. But don't kid yourself. I'd be in the book clubs and PTA, and I mean, I'm not trying to. That sounds bad me saying. I'm just saying I would be happy to, you know, run all the errands and go do all that stuff. I have no desire. I have no like quarrels about that whatsoever.
You could be a good house husband.
I could be a good kept man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I saw some guy's dating profile one time, and I wanted to be mad at it, but I wasn't. And it was like, I'm, you know, a future trophy husband in training.
I tell you, this is what cracks me. When I was looking at dating profiles, like people would have their occupation on there, and it would say, "Stay-at-home mommy." Okay, you're on a dating site, so hopefully it means you're hopefully it means you're single. You're a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
So that tells me, what are you looking? Are you looking for someone? I mean,
Yeah,
my first thing was automatically, okay, you're not going to be paying your bills, so
you're looking to be kept up.
yeah. Or you're on some sort of government, whatever. There's a million different things it could have been, and none of them was like, all right, and that's cool.
It seems like,
but not me.
At our age, you know, it seems like there's more men because they've already been married maybe, and they're tired of it, and they're like, look, you can have your stuff. They're like, I've got a house and a car, and I hope you have your own. You know, I'm not looking to keep somebody up. It seems like that's just more prevalent now because.
Oh, I am 100%. This is my thing. It's like, all right, I've got 2 kids. I make enough money to take care of me and them comfortably. And if I marry someone, if you have kids, I hope you have a job where you can take care of you and your two kids comfortably, and then we can all coexist. But you know, I don't make enough money to take care of me, my kids, and somebody else and all their kids too. I will be straight up honest about that in the very beginning.
So, my thing is, um, I think that the system is a little broken. You know, um, it's, how do I say this without saying the wrong thing? I'm not going to trust that any man is going to honestly take care of me, even though I've met men that said that they wanted to take care of me and
No,
they wanted me to not work. I'm too old at this point to
Yes.
trust any man to do that. Because, think about how kind of rotten it is when a woman is a stay-at-home mom and then they get divorced and then the guy's like, I'm going to give you this, and it's not fair.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yes.
So I'm just kind of at the point where
Women who gave up their entire careers and everything else
Right.
to raise kids, and all of a sudden the guy's gone. Like, wait a second.
I have this friend, she's been married for, let's say, close to 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting a divorce, and, he's going to take care of her for a little while, but then when that's over, he's still got this, like, illustrious career that
Yeah.
she helped him. She enabled him to get that successful because she was running everything else. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like she's starting over and she's like 50.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you see that. Like, I've got a couple of friends that are that way. That put everything to the side. Then it came time for divorce. Like, well, that's fine, but we need to put this off for 6 months because I need to get my affairs in order because
Right.
I gotta get a job lined up and insurance and blah blah blah, this and that, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about maybe some legislation that, protected women a little bit because a lot of times a stay-at-home wife isn't even going to be able to afford to pay to properly fight in court with attorneys to get what she deserves, which is like temporary
Yeah.
support.
Yes.
And it's just not fair. Not fair. Because I'm not looking for, like, everybody was like, well, anyhow, you just got to move back to your hometown and get you a small little rental house. And I was like, wait a second. Why? Why do I have to go back with my tail between my legs?
Yeah.
Why do I not get to stay on the same trajectory that I've been on? But people just think that all of a sudden, like, that single moms have to struggle, right?
I mean, and I'll say it goes both, not nearly to the extent. So I mean, I'm not going to make that argument at all. But like for me, people are like, oh, it's picture day's coming up. Y'all need us to come, fix Olivia's hair. I watched a YouTube video. I bought a flat iron. We'll try this out.
Right.
And decorate. Like, oh, you need help. No, we're just going to decorate our style. I mean, if the house works, it works. Cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's our house. I'm not trying to, have a Hobby Lobby house, and go just like, everybody please just bring a whole bunch of mass-produced stuff. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But, like, that's what it was. It'd be like, oh, I have all this stuff that I'm not using. Like, yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I want.
Right.
I want a house full of your stuff that's you're about to throw away or haul off somewhere to,
Right.
So no, so if we just went by just a little bit here, a little bit there.
I think what's important is that you put forth the effort to make kind of some things special, Like I dressed up for Halloween and, somebody asked me like, which were you from? And I was like, no. I spent the whole day making food for their friends and helping them to have like awesome costumes. And I just dressed up so that hopefully they remember that I participated.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna spend 4 hours on Halloween doing makeup for myself. I'm gonna do it for them, you know. So it's perspective. You want to do it the way you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do the whole frame one solid color. Just don't know what color yet.
That's a good idea. Hey, look at this one. Actually, I feel like that's awesome looking.
Yeah.
But then this had a frame on it. Cool, huh?
Yeah. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if I should have done, just kept going blue all the way over. But I do like the idea of me hanging it up and it looking like that it's sitting inside of a frame.
Because you're gonna see the edge.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna paint all the way around it at some point. So what were your kids for Halloween?
Paul was a sloth because he has a sloth onesie,
Mm-hmm.
and Genevieve was one of those little LOL dolls.
Okay. Was she hold on. Was she a spitter, a crier, or a peer?
I don't know.
Because you know they're all one of those three things.
Right. Man, I should have gotten her to like make sure she acted out that part of the
Yeah, I mean, you could just like
costume.
give her a bottle of water and spit it out on people.
Right.
Look, I'm LOL doll. I'm a spitter.
That would have been funny. So last year she went as Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph,
Yes. I know Penelope.
and we turned her Power Wheels into like the candy car
Mm-hmm.
from inside the game. You know what I'm talking
Yes. Her race car, yes.
about? Yes.
I am familiar. Very creative.
You're doing great.
Thanks, teacher.
You really are. You've got a decent amount of brush control.
I'm getting lots of practice here. I mean, there's a lot difference between this and that. So, there must be a clump on there. So that all. Oh gosh, I think having that is actually extremely helpful with these letters.
Yeah, I do it in a smaller version, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like about this big.
Yeah.
When I send it out.
And what was the oh my gosh for? Sorry, I said that right. You're oh my goshing about something.
I think just I didn't know how to do these letters. Doing them upside down. One of the hardest things about painting is when you mess up, you have to stop, leave it alone, let it dry,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back and fix it, you know.
Well, something like this, yeah. I mean, if I'm just painting something, some sort of landscape, I'll just try to blend the color and make it work. You just can't figure out how you want to do it.
It's just a lot of, usually with letters I do them upside down, but with these I'm having trouble figuring out what it's supposed to look like. It helps to do them upside down if you can follow the outline,
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of takes the pressure off of you. But how old's your dog?
Piper is 4.5. Kick over. Yes.
I won't tell your kids or your dog, but would you do? Are you a dog person?
Yes, I am.
Are you a pet in the house person?
Yes.
So you would definitely do it again.
Yeah, I like dogs in the house. I like dogs in the house. Can't have cats. Owen's allergic, so.
Oh. So I have a Siamese cat, and I have people come over, and then they're like, I can't stand cats. That they make me sneeze immediately, and my eyes start to swell. And I'm like, I have a cat, and they're like, what? You're kidding? So they're pretty hypoallergenic for some reason.
Yeah, this shows up way, way better against the green. See, I like the smeared look of the green.
I do too. You did good. It even looks like perspective.
Yes. All about perspective.
But you'll have to blend it so that it doesn't look like perspective here and then like
I'm gonna go
tight
through.
stuff around there.
I'm gonna go through and kind of. There we go. Kind of works.
I forgot to set my timer, so the cameras may just die on us.
Oh,
It
okay.
takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes. We have actually 30 minutes left, which would put us right at 4 o'clock. Unless you get tired and you want to quit.
Oh, we're good.
I don't know that you're gonna finish it unless you do it here. I don't know that you're gonna go home and finish it.
Oh, I'm not gonna go home and finish it, so I'm gonna try to finish it here.
Good.
So I will go home and you'll get sat still. Unless Owen saw it, he'd be like, "Ooh, that looks like fun. Can I paint your letters?" Absolutely. Have at it, baby. Both my kids have neater handwriting than me anyway.
Mine's atrocious, especially after I broke my middle finger. You know, it's like I never
Seriously, I mean, I told you, quit shooting people so many birds and you won't break your finger.
look at it.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's like shooting somebody a finger with an exclamation point.
I broke it, and then I had so many endorphins going through my body that I reset it immediately right there and then.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was just gonna heal fine. But I had this like flimsy splint on it, and I kept banging it on stuff. And then when I went back to the doctor, a week later it had already reset crooked, you know. And he was like, I can go in there and make it straight, but.
How old were you?
30.
Okay. So you're old enough to know better. If you were going to tell me you were like 12 or something, like, okay, cool.
Old enough to know better than to do what?
Have a crooked finger for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said it would be probably more painful, the pins and stuff. I just shouldn't have listened to him. They kind of made fun of my like heavy duty splint when I went in there, and then they gave me a flimsy splint, and that's why it reset crooked because I kept banging it on stuff. So, I mean, also it's hard for me to slow down, even when I have something like that going on.
That's always my problem.
Did you tell me your church singles night? The kids can hang out.
Yeah, almost all the singles nights they have things for the kids. Well, I mean, that's the kids come.
Fun. I bet that's a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah, so we did like a tailgate party. And they set games up for the kids to play. And it's fun to me. It's usually, because you never know if people are on the same schedule or anything like that. So if you're going to have kids, not have kids. I've not actually had kids at any of our events so far.
Oh.
But I mean, with COVID, we haven't had that many events this year. We've just now started actually being able to have them again. And so tomorrow night, let me see, other than grabbing dinner with people, tomorrow night's been the first event my kids have been to. We're doing the walk through botanical gardens.
For the Christmas lights.
Yes.
Fun.
Because there's 3 nights a year and you can walk and take dogs. So we're doing the one where you can walk and take your dogs with you.
Well, fun. I'd like to walk it with the kids this year, I think.
Sign up now. Because you have to sign up with social distancing.
Oh, okay. I'm probably too late.
I like those colors.
Hey, thanks. I don't know if I can handle just doing 2 colors.
It's kind of boring.
Thanks.
I mean, to be honest with you, I expected more of you. I mean, I'm the one that's already on 2 colors, and I've got way more to go, and you're just like the Minnesota State Gophers or whatever, the 2 colors over here.
Minnesota State Gophers?
Yeah.
Mine or yours?
Yours. That's her colors.
So, because I know I'm going to do 2 coats, like, I know that I don't have to nail my undercoat colors, I don't have to get them exact. Like, I feel like I want this to be a little more purple, and right now it's a little more burgundy or wine or something.
No, it's definitely a burgundy.
Yeah. I think I want it more purple. It's, in this yellow ochre business, I think I might want it to be, I don't know, maybe close to what it is. I don't know. I'm kind of accentuating the rough border.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, make it look really rough.
I think that having the jagged line looks good.
That is a whole lot easier to paint.
Yeah.
That would be my reason for it. I would give some sort of great reason for a perspective or whatever, but it would be, it's just easier to paint. So I'm really going to have at least 2 colors right here dry. I guess that's when I'll do all the splotchiness. I mean, like before I start doing all this, so I can paint my tree and then go through and do the letters.
Yeah. So what do you think? What color should I do my tree? This burgundy color?
Oh, how boring are you going to be?
Red?
Oh, let's see
Green?
here. I mean, I feel like you should do your tree a color and then let it dry, and then do another color beside it, and then let it dry, then do another color, and have it overlapping and kind of colors coming in and out of each other.
Wow. You surprised me. So I'll do some purple and some red and some green. And if I use this crazy green, the Viridian green, then it won't look like that I'm trying to make it look like
How
a
did I
tree.
surprise you?
Because
It
that was
wasn't
a
a
really good answer.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I'm not painting. I want different colors in it. When you walk in my house, everything is. I think the actual paint color is called accessible beige. Because when I bought the house, my whole goal was 2 to 3 years, then sell it. So I wanted to go ahead and make it a simple color
Yeah.
that'd be easy to sell, and then all the appliances and a lot of the light fixtures are all stainless steel. So it's very, very boring.
Yeah.
But I'm putting some art on the wall bit by bit. So I have one local piece, and I gotta get a couple more local pieces, and then I got something that I did that I've took a photo of that I want to blow up and hang on the wall.
Yeah.
Took a really cool picture last week. I didn't know it was gonna look that good until I started playing with the settings, and it's my dog standing on the edge of a swamp. So it's like on the edge of a lake.
Yeah.
There's all the beautiful fall colors behind it. It's like some sort of, I don't know,
Neat.
commercial for, some sort of hunting products or what, I don't know. But I like it because the dog looks cool in it because she's white and sticks out in all the colors. And
Are you gonna find a used? Are you gonna blow up that picture of your dog? Let me back up.
yes, I'm gonna blow the picture up. So I'm gonna do it to 11 by 14.
Sweet.
And then I'm getting an 11 by 14 print done right now for a friend of mine that does some local art. And so I'm having it framed at Hobby Lobby in a stainless steel frame, brushed stainless steel.
There's nothing wrong.
Notice
Just
it matches
repeat
everything
that,
else in the
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So if I like that frame, this is gonna be in the same room. I may turn around and just have them do the exact same frame for the
Yeah.
one with the dog. And also, I have to wait to see how the colors look when I blow it up.
Or just do stainless steel, but like a different
Shade or different finish, yeah.
yeah, pick a different design. So I used to own a cabinet shop,
No, I didn't know this.
and I
Did you make the cabinets?
I did. I had to get street cred, man. I started at the bottom. I was sanding and stuff, and then I like progressed all the way up.
Did you wear a tool belt all the time?
No.
No. How did you have street cred and you weren't wearing a tool belt? Did you chew tobacco?
No.
Okay. Did you swear a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out like what kind of cabinet builder you were.
When I did like built-ins and fireplaces, I would go buy some picture frame molding
Mm-hmm.
and use that
Yeah.
for the trim. God, it looks so good because you can get some really crazy ornate stuff. But then, it'd be all painted white,
So now I feel like I need to have you come build me some cabinets.
I said I used to. You've seen my kitchen, right? Guess what the number one priority is for.
Well, I mean, so the guy that's the electrician has a light at his house that doesn't work.
Right.
The landscaper needs to weed his flower bed.
The mechanic has only one gear in his car.
Yeah, I mean, because they're always making money
Right.
instead of working on their own stuff. So that's why I didn't know.
Yep, you're right.
My problem is always paralysis by analysis.
Mhm. Hey, are you okay with this being a public video?
Sure. I don't think I've said anything so far that I regret.
Mm-mm. I just think that we have some mutual friends on Facebook that would enjoy knowing about this.
I have to rethink about that now.
No. Okay, so just in case this is about to die, we can just paint until it quits.
Okay.
Or even after that. My battery just lasts for 2 hours.
Okay.
And that's a good length of a video.
Yeah.
And then people get the idea. So I want to just, this is my underpainting, and I did like yellow ochre, and then I made a purple. And the way that I made the purple is that I used this blue and this red and some white, I think is what I did. I can't ever remember, and I make purple every time. I do know that if you mix these two colors together, it's a terrible color,
Oh,
and it's not purple.
okay.
Something's wrong.
So don't do
with
that.
cobalt blue.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do like he said. I'm gonna take these colors, blue, green, and this orangey yellow called vermilion, and I'm gonna kind of like just put a bunch of different colors on the tree. And this is a lot of what it'll look like. It doesn't look great now, but it will when I've done the second coat. And what about yours, Matthew?
This is blue and that's green. I don't know what color the letter's going to be. I'm going to plant this. I'm going to paint my tree. Well, I think she called baby poo color.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to splotchy. I'm just going to splotch my tree up to look kind of like autumn leaves turning. Probably using all these colors from the red over to the green.
That's gonna look so good. And then because you can kind of like go like.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have to be detailed. I mean, it's going to look like a kid, just a little.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll probably use the bigger brush, I guess, and not this one.
So.
Okay.
I think that white would look good for the lettering on here.
I think it will too. I just don't know about white going over that, how well it's going to look.
Right.
And I'm also a one coat person, so I'm trying to figure out how to do it with one coat.
Right.
And I feel like if I do one coat white over that, it's going to show.
Now, if you do black here and white here,
That may work.
it's going to be very colorful.
Yeah, I think that's actually really good. The white down here and the black up there, because you definitely can't do black down there.
Wait. Instead of black and white, maybe
Do it all red.
you could totally do it all red.
Or do it all.
You could do lemon yellow here because you're going to have the yellow here.
Yeah.
And then you could do like the crimson up here
Oh yeah.
because
Here
you're
we
going to
go.
have the red there.
Yeah. See, and I'm like,
That's going to tie it all together. And then one of the other colors you choose for your border.
Yeah.
Or you could just kind of
I
like
can just make my own color.
on your border.
Do like I'm telling you to do with this, just different colors all the way around.
No, do like you're going to do on your tree.
Yes.
Like
That's it. Yeah, just
right.
yeah. There we go. That's it.
Do you need
Splotch.
to do an underpainting and then splotch it?
No.
Or just splotch it?
Watch it. Look, I'm a one coat Joe. If one coat doesn't color it, I mean, hold on. You turn my palette. I was about to use the wrong color. Woo! Sabotage. I'm gonna use that little bright
Saboteur.
green. I'm gonna use that bright color green there.
Did you really?
Yeah, I would.
Just because it was new?
Just because I'm in the habit of doing this. Look,
I see.
us men were simple folk.
That's so funny. Oh
That's
man.
why. That's why women can so easily poison their husbands. We're just so simple. I mean, it's just, hey, my dinner's brought to me. I don't care. Just whatever you put there in front of me, I'm eating it. Day after day. Why does this taste like rat poison? I don't know. Okay.
My mom buys a bunch of different vitamins and supplements for my dad and puts them all like in this like pill organizer.
That's exactly what I mean.
And then he'll take the pills out and put
Mhm.
them in his hand and put them in his pocket, and then he'll go to work so that like he can take his vitamins with his, breakfast of like
Yeah.
Swiss cake roll and Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Glorious.
But when she changes brands of pills or vitamins
Yeah.
and they look different, he won't take them.
So, So I would go to the store. I remember when I was married to go pick up the dog food, and we always got the exact same dog food. And they changed the color of the bag once, and the dog that was on the front of it, and it totally messed me up. I knew I got I got the light green, not the
Right.
dark green Neutro,
Right?
and there was a collie that was on the front of it,
Yeah.
and they changed it. And I had to send a text message and call like, hey, which dog food is it? Don't you know? I'm like, no, it's the green bag with the collie. Because she sent me a picture. I'm like, no, I need to know what's the blend. It was lemon
Right.
rice or whatever.
Right.
Because the dog had bad allergies. It's like, I know what the bag looks like, but they changed the bags.
I just went through that. Well, no, because I always got like the blue bag of cat food, which was hairball, but not weight control because my kitty's little. And I think they just stopped making it without the weight control. Because I did the same thing where I was like, wait a second,
This is different. I don't like it.
right? This is orange. I know it wasn't orange before.
Yep.
And you hate to switch food on a 13-year-old Siamese cat.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. Like our dog Mox.
Box?
Mox.
Oh, okay.
Friday Night Lights, I think. Or no. What's the one with Billy Bob?
Boogie Nights? I'm just
No.
kidding.
Varsity Blues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was my ex's dog that she brought. So yeah, it was Moxon. All right. Let's see here. Oh gosh, I didn't say anything bad about her. I was making certain since you said you were gonna make this public. I was like, ooh, did I say anything bad that I'd be worried about? I want to have my lawyer view this first to make certain this is okay.
So you didn't say anything bad.
I don't know. I
You
run
may
my
have had
mouth a lot.
feelings.
I run my mouth a lot.
about what you said, but
Yeah, so my bottom is much closer than the top now. I can tell. I've definitely gotten a little more comfortable.
yeah, too bad you're not allowed to do a second coat.
No, I'll do whatever you want to. I just don't want to.
I don't want you to do it if you don't want to. And two, there's probably plenty of people that don't want to do a second coat, and so you're now their hero.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. One coat's fine. As long as you pick the right color to cover it.
Yes, I agree with that. So what do you think? You like all the colors or no?
I do.
You think it's gonna come together? I'm not sure.
Yeah, neither am I, but hey. I think it looks good.
Once I add the green, I think it'll help me to see it.
And then, I mean, you always can blend your color somewhere else too, though. It may help you pick, because you didn't like these shades, to change something there. Or you may be like, man, that's the last time I ever listened to Matthew. I'm a great idea person. I'm a poor execution person. I think the multiple colors is a great idea. It's the tones that you have to be careful for.
Yeah. Well, and I'm using these straight out of the tube.
Yeah.
I don't normally do that. But this is my undercoat, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just kind of getting the feel for it.
What color do you want to be?
Oh my gosh, you know what you reminded me of? I
What's that?
got coffee recently, and I was like, I'd like an iced coffee. Can I have dark roast? And they were like, we don't make the beans be dark roast. We let the beans be whatever it is that they need to be. And I hate to.
So in other words, tell me that when you went to order dark roast, they were actually out of dark roast. Don't give me some lame garbage about the beans are who they want to be.
Right. Well, and I hate to admit it, but I've actually been back to that place because it's really convenient and fun.
Wow.
But
I mean, I probably wouldn't
isn't that
bother me.
funny?
I'd probably laugh at them for it.
Right.
Then I would probably actually leave there and I'd probably Google it to see, you know, if a bean chooses whether it wants to be dark or not dark, or if it's, you know, pre-designed with the bean that's in there. And then next time I'd be like, hey, you know what? You don't actually have a choice. It's what your vendor brings you. So.
Right.
And then they may ask me not to come back, but I don't know. That would really make me curious to be like, hey, how would we decide? I think it's probably planted, you know. It's kind of like when you have your white chocolate and your dark chocolate bean.
Somebody said it was cocoa butter. Is it?
Oh no, I gave you I Googled it, and what's the difference between white chocolate and, I Googled is white chocolate actually chocolate, and I posted the white chocolate is not chocolate. It says it's
Right.
not, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I didn't bother reading it. I just
But
saw
is it cocoa butter? Because I don't think you said it was cocoa butter. But
No,
somebody
I
said
didn't say it was
cocoa
anything. I
butter.
just copied to Google. I didn't put forth any effort myself in the actual writing of the text. Other than, A, you're correct. But B, I like white chocolate. Actually, I did A, I like white chocolate. White chocolate. What had they, the white chocolate Reese's Cups or something? It was really good.
I could pay you in Lent truffles. I've got like.
You can pay me my print, and I said, and I'm good.
Pay you what?
I got my print. I'm happy.
Well,
But I will take the truffles.
Yeah. Well, and I need to do your ornament too. The writing on it.
Yes. Right here.
Hey, do you have anybody? Do you know circuit, whatever it's called, the little vinyl lettering machine?
No.
Because they could probably print it off for you, and it would look really good.
It'd be like super. I don't think you'd do. I think it'd be too tiny.
You think so?
I mean, I know when you go to the ornament places in Gatlinburg, they have a Sharpie, and they just and they do it on there for you, and they draw it on there real quickly.
I'm afraid I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna be like, can I just put 01 and 02?
I could do that. Dad. #1, #2.
Me, them.
Yeah. Ask Owen if he wanted to do it. I mean, Owen has excellent penmanship.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So Owen is, let me see, super detail oriented, excellent penmanship. He can't start something and not finish it. It like physically causes him pain, but yet he'll walk out of his room with a collared polo shirt on, backwards, and his pants inside out.
Really?
Yep. Super detailed. I mean, he'll create a game, a board game, with just tons of rules and back stories and all these characters and all this stuff. But yet, his clothes are backwards.
So,
You put your clothes on backwards too, huh?
when I'm in
And
the
inside out.
when I'm in the thick of like thinking about, you know, all the moving parts to a business or something, I'm not fully present in a moment because my mind is still hanging on to that other stuff.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what he's doing. So there's this subdivision in Huntsville, and somebody told me that that subdivision, Fleming Meadows or something like that, close to Whitesburg Baptist Church, it was built by all these people that came here to work for Warner Von Braun.
Yeah.
And these guys were so smart that a bus had to come pick them up and take them to work, and then pick them up from work and bring them home, because they all kept getting lost on their way home.
That's a special kind of special. They're like so intellectually smart.
Yes.
IQ, but no EQ. Yeah. It is funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. But yeah, it's funny. Let me see.
I went to a comedian stand-up the other night, and the opening comedian that warms everybody up, he was like, "So, Huntsville, Alabama. Apparently there's a bunch of engineers here. That's unexpected." He was like, "I had no idea." He's like, "I was expecting just Alabama, but I also know that your Alabama can still show up at any moment."
Oh, that sounds funny. All right. I'll take a deep breath
Nice.
and try to get this. See if I can do this now. Like, I have anxiety about doing this right here. Wait.
What are you doing? The lettering?
Yeah.
Do you want to practice it on that?
Okay, sure.
You need to use your small brush.
Really? Okay. I look how big these letters were. All right, let's do that.
I use the small brush.
Okay. I thought these letters up here were way bigger than the letters down there because I'm not doing a second coat. So.
Oh, you